Do you want to build a recognizable brand? I'm Gabriela, brand strategist, certified UX designer, and founder of the GuiltFree Agency, where we work to create eco-inclusive designs and strategies. I'm sharing 4 steps to help you build a recognizable brand. Step 1. Set the foundation. So setting the foundation for your brand includes things like gathering data from your social media, your website, surveys, and client feedback. Then use that data to create 1 or 2 customer personas. A good customer persona has information like where your dream client is located, some of the purchasing habits that they have. Do they typically work with you on a one-on-one basis? Do they like to buy certain products? What are their feelings when they're interacting with your brand? That kind of stuff. So it's really important to build like something that's as in-depth as possible on your ideal client. Now, this isn't based off of like one specific person usually. Now, you can, if you like, I want to work with only people like this, then that's your choice. However, a good customer persona typically takes in feedback from a few different people and information from a few different people and pulls it all together into one persona. So yeah, you should have at least 2 of those. And then a third one, which I will talk about later in the video. Step 2, create your brand strategy. This includes things like customer experience, voice, setting your business goals, creating business statements, and establishing the audience that you want to serve. So the audience you want to serve is going to be different from your current clients. Typically, when it's time to go forward in your business, you may not want to always serve like the same audiences for whatever reason that may be. So that's just something to consider when you're creating you're establishing your target audience. And then that's where that third persona comes in, is that you'll want to create one based off of your target audience. And you can use like surveys, you can use experiences that you've had with other people as a way to start gathering data on your target audience. Now, customer experience, that is going to be something that's going to be very unique for your business, and you do not want to copy others in your industry. What I recommend doing is looking at other industries for inspiration, and then from there you can gain an idea of what unique brand experience you want to create. So never copy anyone. So you can take inspiration, but just make sure that what you're doing is original, it's unique, and it's going to be something new and fun for people in your industry or your customers, stuff like that. And then setting your business goals and creating your business statements. I do recommend taking a look at my brand basics playlist. I have 2 videos in there, the Is It Time to Pivot Your Business and Let's Create Business Statements videos, where the first one, Is It Time to Pivot, will go over how to set goals and look to the future in a way that works for you. And then creating your business statements is going to be helpful. And of course, Let's Create Business Statements, because I break down how to do those for your business. Step 3, developing your design. There's definitely strategy involved here, and you want to consider like a multitude of things. So you'll want to make sure that you are attractive to your target audience while not alienating your current audience. And then of course you want to consider your industry, because you don't want to look like your competitors. You don't want to copy them by any means, but you definitely want to allude to the industry that you're in, considering maybe those customer personas. So what's going to appeal to your current customer personas versus your target audience personas, and then creating something that kind of alludes to the industry based off of like the type or the design, something like that. And make sure that you're avoiding trends. You don't want something that's going to eventually be outdated. You want a brand that's going to last for several years before you have to switch it up again. Still include yourself, but don't make the design about you, because you need to appeal to your target audience, your current audience, and then of course making sure that the goal of your brand is communicated. And sometimes if we create something that is very like centered on ourselves, we fall short on those other aspects. So just be aware of that. And step 4 is going to be your launch strategy. This is going to be a part of your marketing strategy, and it helps start you off on the right foot. And you'll need to take into consideration your brand guide, your brand strategy, and consider how much time you can devote to your launch plus setting your KPIs, of course, to make sure that it's successful. So the brand strategy comes in handy to consider like where you're going to be conducting your launch. So maybe some social media channels are more popular than others, and stuff like that, right? And then, of course, like the time that you can devote to your launch. Sorry, you can probably hear my dog in the background. Okay, so you want to consider how much time you can devote to your launch, because you don't want to burn out on conducting like a super extensive launch strategy where you only have like, let's say, an hour a day or a week to devote to it, right? So just be very wary, like do a time audit before you commit to like this really extensive launch strategy. But also keep in mind that what you put into it is what you get out of it as well. So just keep that in mind. And then, of course, setting your KPIs. Those are going to be super important to make sure that you can understand the data and understand the work that you've put into it and how much you got in return. So maybe one social media channel was not as successful as the others. So you either, depending on the data, depending on all that kind of stuff, you may want to go harder on that channel next time, or maybe take a step back and focus on the other ones. It really just depends, again, on your goals for your launch strategy and how much time you can devote to it and stuff like that. So yeah, those are the 4 steps to help you create a recognizable brand. I do recommend also taking a look at the videos that I have linked here in this playlist for the brand basics, because they're going to really help you set the foundation very well for your brand, and making sure that you create something that is going to last a long time. So thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next week. Next Friday, I will drop another video for you.